Well, good evening. This is Pastor Kevin Lindley with the Holy Spirit Chronicles. It's Tuesday night. It is June 16th, and this is part 63. Tonight, we're going to start talking about some of the continued wonders of heaven, both in the throne room and outside of it. So let's get going. The wonders of heaven. Heaven is full of wonderful, exotic creatures, experiences, and breathtaking visuals. When you're anywhere in heaven, there is a total sense of completeness, a fulfillment, an awareness of God in everything. It's hard to imagine why we clung so tightly to this life, this fallen world, this place of constant struggle, disappointment, suffering, and pain. How unaware we are of all God has in store for us in heaven. Quite literally, this world is not my home. God has prepared heaven for those who know him and cannot be compared to what awaits us. Nothing here can be compared to what awaits us on the other side. Jesus said this in John chapter 14, 2 and 3. My Father's house, there are many places. If not, I would have told you. I'm going to prepare a place for you. If I go away and prepare a place for you, I will come back and receive you to myself, so that where I am, you may be there also. Jesus has gone to prepare a place for us. When Jesus is speaking about many dwelling places, the Greek word is monē. It's G4183 in the Strong's Concordance, meaning mansions. Notice it's a plural for mansions, meaning that there's more than one mansion. Another idea attached to monē is the multiple realms. Then there's also the concept of a place of rest, plenteous, spacious. Another idea that we get from a dwelling place is that we should consider how each person's mansion are connected directly to the throne room of God. That's the realm part. We'll be able to transport in and out of the throne room to have face-to-face time with God whenever we need to. Remember, Jesus said, I go to prepare a place. G, the place. G5117. It says, a place also carries the strong tie to realms, spaces, a large estate, tracts of land with location. Isn't that interesting? Land has always been important to Yahweh. So let's continue on. Paul the Apostle, on our heavenly home, he has a lot to say about it. Here, the Apostle Paul speaks of heavenly dwellings in heaven with Jesus and his longing to be there rather than here on earth. Paul says, how I long to shed this earthly tent and be absent from the body. Then I'm present with the Lord. In 2 Corinthians 5, 1 and 2, and then 5 and 8, this is how it reads in the New King James Version. For we know that if our earthly tent and house is destroyed, we have a building from God, a house not made with hands of humans, but eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed with our heavenly habitation, which is from heaven. Now, he who has prepared us for this very thing is God, who has also given us his Spirit as a down payment, an earnest, a guarantee, so that we are always confident knowing that while we're at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk not by faith, we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, yes, well pleased rather, to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. More on Revelation chapter 4. In verse 6, it says, before the throne, there was a sea of glass, like crystal. And in the midst of the throne and around the throne, there were the 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and in back. I did have some limited visual experience of the sea of glass, but I have more experience with the river of the water of life. Water in heaven is very much like water here on earth. However, with a glorified body, we can breathe underwater like a fish. I know because I went for a swim with Jesus in the river of the water of life. As I started today's devotional, I mentioned the amazing exotic animals in heaven. These four living creatures are exotic animals with eyes in front and back and more. We'll go into more of their description tomorrow. And we will also explore other exotic animals that are in heaven that minister around the throne of God in verses 6 through 9. Tomorrow, I'm Pastor Kevin Lindley from Winston Assembly of God. This is the Holy Spirit Chronicles, and we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. God bless.